What is the abomination that causes desolation? Pale horse? Talk to Houston City Council about this July 15, 2025. These are being sold in the smoke shops, dispensaries, slash, I guess, vape stores, which also sell nicotine products or are supposed to sell nicotine products, but they got quite a stock of these things as well. So that's, I don't know. Uh, Definitely not something that, yeah. So, what is the abomination that causes desolation? Pale horse. Talk to Houston City Council about this July 15, 2025. Booster shot, looper booster shot, right? Booster shot. Syringes, takeoff blend. Yeah. I mean, first look, you don't quite see it, but that doesn't look. Yeah, that's. So I put the DEA, government emergency scheduling website where a lot of this should be more or less starting to show some kind of actual, referendum for its removal, uh, and proper facilitation of actual distribution of verifiable goods that can be identified as cannabis, uh, for those who need it for medical reasons, and decriminalize it, to decriminalize cannabis specifically, not give you something that is completely not the point. So, before the FIFA games coming here to America, what I've tried saying to the city council and elsewhere is that all these cannabis replacement products are completely unregulated, supervised, or verified by most of the market brand distributors, everywhere from Cape Vape City to the whatever smoke shop might be in your area. The odd thing is that this particular concoction of semi-synthetic cannabis replacement products are being sold stated by the retailers that they are genuine products from their market brand manufacturers, including nicotine vape disposables. I attempted to purchase a nicotine vape disposable for the first time at Vape City because I was truly looking for a moment of clarity that maybe nicotine was proper to the moment. So it's a common sense notion that nicotine can, on occasion, give you a moment to contemplate during a stressful situation. Um, some smoke shops were open to one minute. So some smoke shops were open to the possibility that some of their products might be counterfeited, and others even pointed to Vape City, saying that the cannabis distillate are fake. Whether they were telling the truth, uh, telling me the truth, or only telling me that they use this or that particular product to sell me something, seemed incredulous of any concern for customers as a notably experienced person with the matter of selling cannabis or these cannabinoid concoctions. Besides that being that having besides that have many stores selling hemp grade cannabis that is mostly from no seeming transparency. That some clerks saying they have a certificate of analysis and don't have a remotely thorough check for pesticides use used, fungicides, Roundup, or some other unknown additive or modified derivative. I haven't stated clearly that after my first legitimate attempts to write something serious or a book, I quickly became under the purview of serious persecution that started to make itself clear very quickly. The subjects were going to be researched well. The subjects were going to be researched well and include subjects were going to be researched well and include um, and there's a download of the additional focuses, um, which is in my archives. City Council meeting, uh, July 15, 2025, semi-synthetic. Uh, I misspelled it. Cannabis replacement products possibly being sold across America. Timestamp 4:45. Uh, yeah. The clandestine international drug gray area market, the history of research chemical and novel analog derivatives, 1960s and 2010s, everything from being able to order drugs on gray area websites, not the dark web, to the advertisement for private order in the 50s and 60s, drug celebration music festivals, 1950s to present. Sexual revolution psychology operation paradigm ideology development and its intended goals. Sexual revolution, genetic revolution, posthumanism. Uh, Focus, the work of Albert Timsey, John Money, and Julian Huxley, and where their work leads. Dispensaries, transparency of possible sale of replacement cannabis products, semi-synthetic nature, and possible exposure to the mass population to genetic modification. This would include no transparency on food that states bioengineered, which is now becoming more apparent. Abnormalities, video and audio format, and other included subjects. I had become the target of SRA from my downstairs neighbors and began soon after my beginning writing on the matter, which is reflected in my writing, animated the final product of counterculture commercialism. I didn't get to write much more than that or continue making music after I came under attack on the intimate basis and locality. And I could no longer work to duress. You are the light of the world. The city on the hill cannot be hidden. Matthew 5:14, English Revised Version. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord. And the work are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us? Or who knoweth us? Isaiah, who knows us? Isaiah 29:15. I also went 29:15. Uh, I also went on May 7, 2024 to talk to them about the following important subjects. Um, City Council meeting discussion on FDA approval of clone meat in the food supply, genetically modified. I forget the rest, but it's good. Genetically modified, I don't know, produce and other and mRNA vaccination livestock Texas legislature for 2024. Sanction of the first day of the year. Confused for a second. Timestamp 3:00 or 3 minutes. And here are the taglines, tags for this article. The thing is that all hemp in the Texas state, as well others, were removed from stores at the end of March during an emergency rescheduling of and reevaluating of the Hemp Act 2018 prerequisites, and all aerosol vape products were removed and quickly restocked with Hemp Act legal grade hemp. What what it was restocked with during this legislative change is not transparent or the slightest of sign of competence and responsible supervision and distribution of what is essentially stronger than prescription medication. These semi-synthetic cannabinoid products can be more potent than prescription-grade pharmaceutical narcotics, and is complete degeneration of ethical use of supposed decriminalized cannabis or marijuana. Fact is that if it had been sold simply as the herb, not concentrates or distillates or any other purified form, it would be a perfectly fine, mostly non-abuse personal remedy or natural treatment. Uh, Purified cannabis concentrates no longer makes it a herb, but a certifiably strong narcotic that, while it should never be held in the light of being withheld from anyone who has debilitating pain or conditions, is mainly something that should be reserved for elderly and the sick. You can't trust the FDA with either of its acronyms, and you can't deny that the DEA doesn't have any confidence in its importation policies reflecting the revision history of its analog acts and rescheduling of novel drug derivatives, clearly made for the transport and evidential permissiveness for gray market distribution, mostly well noted and known by the festival community. This includes your run-of-the-mill Renaissance fair and why they treat it like a burn or after-hours camping party for, you guessed it, drug taking. This is not reflective of the Silk Road that was so publicized during the 2010s or the dark web, as this was available for purchase on websites. Given the history of research chemicals goes far back as the 60s, nicotine vape industry is a mystery unto itself, and we have possibly in the hundred thousands of foreigners coming to the U.S. for the soccer FIFA games, uh, who some more than likely will take part in consuming of these products. What will happen is yet to be known or seen. Um, what will happen is yet to be known or seen. And Wikipedia, Federal Analog Act, and all this information used to be much more clear and transparent. Just a record log of just a document which you could print out from, the government website or the DEA website. Most of the DEA website now they made it something you know it's not as easy to find as it used to be. And that's it. That's this article here. Got this article.